Welcome back, Overwatch fans, to another amazing night.
We have a fantastic match tonight, no question about it.
Oh my god! Oh my god, yes!
But the barrage! Make sure they can't even follow up afterwards.
And Watch is down 2 in this fight thus far. Make that 3, make that 4 right now here. Dynamic team gets a 4-man tire.
Those who find the picks will save the fights, and they don't really need to save what they've already won.
100 and 3 with the primal rage.
Experience tranquility.
All right, everyone. I am guessing our mics are live, but if they're not, it's okay. But welcome back to Tranquility Gaming. We're in week number, is it 5 at this point?
It is week 5.
It is week number 5. Gee, where has the time gone? I mean, Ty and I were casting the finals of the preseason what felt like 2 days ago, and all of a sudden, we're at the end of stage number 1. Absolute insanity. But I am the Zohan, joined by Ty, and we're gonna be watching some interesting game today. Poseidon, a 0-4 team, going against Hammerhead, 1-3, but with some interesting little facts about them.
Yeah, you say it's the end of stage 1, but not quite. We do have a little bit of a stage 1 sort of playoff situation if I'm not mistaken. I'm probably mistaken. Almost 100% sure I'm mistaken now that I actually say it out loud. But if I remember correctly, there's a play-in in order to get to stage 2 where some of the lower teams in each pool have to fight for their way back into stage 2 and not just be eliminated right off the bat. So coming into this match, what's going on here is obviously, as we've already mentioned, Poseidon currently 0-4. They've had a couple of close matches, but haven't managed to lock anything down for themselves. Hammerhead have been obviously better, as they are 1-3, but they've had better matches as well. They've went to map 5 against one of the same teams. They actually beat the current number 2 team in their pool, probably going to be dethroned by Redacted, because spoiler alert, Redacted just beat their previous opponent. And they also managed to take off they were one of the 2 teams to take a map off of the top team in their pool, Space Created, who've only lost 3 maps so far in this season. So Hammerhead actually don't look to be too bad of a team by any means, comparatively to Poseidon, who are struggling a little bit more.
Yeah, no, definitely. And hopping into our first map, Busan, very, very soon. It's one of those cases where I think this will really decide how this map will go. Busan is one of those maps where each composition can run different. Each composition can look different on each map. And Ty, with Busan coming in, do you think Poseidon has a chance? Do you want them to win their first map of the season?
I mean, teams always have chances, and I think we might be going to Ilios, actually, not even Busan.
No, it's Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, you tricked us.
That was Market. No, it said Busan on the production. I'm sorry. It said Busan.
Well, either way, we're going into Lijiang Tower, which...
Never mind, it's just Brawl now. It's just Brawl now, everyone.
I was about to say,
ignore me.
A little bit more simple to expect what you're going to see. A lot of Reinhardt, probably some Winston when we get over to that garden stage. But right now, we're going to see a lot of the Rein mirrors with the Symmetra. And most of the time, you'll see teams run either Mei or Junkrat. Doomfist is the sort of third best second DPS. I'm a very big fan of it. I would say personally it's the best because it lets you pick off the enemy sim, pick off the enemy BAP really early. Don't worry about any Mei wall cheese. Just kill the enemy team.
Yeah, no, 100%. Ty, going into this, we're going to have, Winston. Okay, there's the right. I was going to say for just a second, and just to let our producer know, you can see that, I don't know if that's on broadcast or just on Overwatch, but I can see my name on the broadcast side. That's a little funny.
See,
just goes in and gets 2. Okay, well, just ignore what I just said because you know, they're just gonna destroy everyone with Doomfist. But I have to admit, just something to comment. I like how this is a perfect mirror composition. Like I assume this is gonna be over. Excuse me, McLovin. Getting his fake ID, but has decided to jump off the map after getting it. And yeah, now it is going to be the first map for. Is this a? Gosh, why am I messing my teams up? It is for Poseidon, and immediately we're going to be hopping into an next fight. But Ty, I like this composition.
Doomfist already got immediate value, as I said, just kill an enemy player just right off the bat. Both Doomfist did it, and then McLovin and Gliscor got 3 more kills each. There's another one for McLovin.
Oh my goodness, McLovin getting getting the absolute maximum value out of that ID. I'm gonna keep mentioning that. I love Superbad. I don't know if anyone else has seen that movie. And McLovin bringing it back for the side of Hammerhead and bringing it a couple points on the board, 32 to 5%.
I mean, one thing that's small but might come into effect, Fish is pretty far ahead on, from Killjoy on the Diva Bomb ult charge, 80 to 50. It could be interesting to see how that goes. First Maywall, or Simwall, I mean.
Oh, yeah, okay, so double Photon Barrier, but the Photon Barrier for the side of Hammerhead Poseidon maybe a little bit doesn't allow for too much aggression to shatter, getting nothing for there as excuse me, his rage was just holding up the shield the entire time. And this is just a very, very quick team fight for the side of Poseidon, who now cap it after Hammerhead did get the percentage up a little bit more, but it's going to be easily past that in a few seconds.
I mean, it's pretty back and forth so far. The positioning of the teleporter to get back onto point was good for Hammerhead, but Poseidon managed to get a good Simul up. They managed to get good positioning and good movement, good cooldown usage. And now coming into this next fight, Fish actually used their self-destruct earlier, so now it's just Killjoy with one of the only ults in the field, as well as Intense Stirrups. She's got her beat.
Yeah, beat is this. Oh, this sound barrier is going to be used, saving a couple players in time, and actually allows Retmuff to get taken off immediately, and that's massive. But the boop off the map for Fish, what? You're a diva, you can't be doing that. Oh, and this self-destruct from Killjoy, even taking it even closer. Photon Barrier a little better in position as it is in the middle of the map, but the Power and McLovin are just showing their absolute domination. McLovin absolutely tearing through this group, but the overall team play still looking it very well for the side of Poseidon. But finally Hammerhead able to take it back, but 86% on the board.
Really back and forth still. I think that Hammerhead needs to play a little bit further back, play a little bit slower, allow Poseidon to make some more mistakes than they're letting them. They're trying to make moves before they even have an opportunity to make mistakes on the other side. And with how good McLovin and Gliscor have been, wait for Gliscor to make the first mistake. Or just kill! Okay, never mind.
All right, well, Gliscor just gets some in. So, waiting for the sound barrier to come in, but oh, not soon enough. An immortality field for Stoicism, but sadly booped out of it. Killed immediately. Gliscor finally goes down after some incredible play, trying to retake this point. Killjoy doing incredible work, but with the Power going down, they're not going to have a shield. Demeched as well. And this is going to be the take for the side of Poseidon, who are in final fight territory, investing the self-destruct? I'm very confused there. I don't really think that was necessary, but McLovin gets Gliscor. Oh, McLovin.
Okay. There's a definite opportunity for them to come back. Here it's going to be really close, 92%. Need your Moira or Lucio to touch. Those are your main touchers. You need the Simwall to get value as well.
Yeah, man. Someone needs to touch 100%. Sadly, not soon enough. No one was able to touch. Stoicism even switched over to that. You know, Ty, that was interesting to me. I don't know how I felt.
It's a pretty chaotic first round, but that does tend to happen when you run the Doomfist mirrors, where both teams will just kind of be swinging at each other, throwing things against the wall. It happens a lot when you mirror the Doomfist rather than playing Mei or Junk, which are more sustained, more expected value. And compared to what we're going to be seeing here, 6-man versus 6-man, most likely, considering we just saw this Sombra switch there, it's going to be a lot more controlled on this round, I think.
Yeah, no, definitely. And you know, we've seen this Neo Goats comp a lot, and it's actually going to be the perfect mirror. No tracers, no echoes, which sometimes seem to be played. but immediately they just go straight over both of the bridges. Whoever gets this first hack off onto the D.Va is going to be important. Okay, they decide to go for McLovin on the side of, on the side of Hammerhead, but McLovin mech'd and gets a baited giant instantly, and the hack onto Yummy Mac. That is actually probably the second best hack you can get, but this is the vital one. Fisher Floor has been hacked. Are they going to be able to demech in time? No, they're not. Defense Matrix is back onto line, but sadly it might not be enough. The rest of the team is going to be going down. Poseidon have fallen, and finally, we have Hammerhead in quite a nice position, going to be in the lead for the first time in this series.
Yeah, Hammerhead swim into the fight with a lot of force. I really want to mention how McLovin just kind of walked into the enemy team. A baited giant didn't have a chance to defend himself, and very aggressive dive.
Very aggressive dive, and just a very, very quick mention, I don't believe that there is any game audio at the moment for the broadcast as well, but suddenly a hack's going in. Is there going to be anything happening? I don't see what's going on right now, but I'm going to be hype about it anyway. And beautiful. We have the Primal Rage coming out from the rower, trying to do as much as they can. Hacked, so no jumping in there, but Death Blossom takes out one. Stoicism goes off the map somehow. I don't even know how that happened. Sound barrier used by both sides, trying to keep people in. EMP as well for Glizzcore. I don't know who that got there, but the power has gone down. I finally think Poseidon has the player advantage to try to win this, trying to take this, but suddenly the DPS, the boop off the, not even the boop off the map, the right click to take Fisher Floor down, and all of a sudden Hammerhead took a player advantage away from Poseidon and took it back.
I mean, yeah, it's just Hammerhead taking complete control over this round, where it doesn't feel like they're letting loose for even a second. And even on top of all of that, where it looked like Hammerhead were starting to lose it out, they didn't overinvest in their ultimate, which is so critical. Only really using the beat and primal to turn a fight that you should not be able to turn. Keeping the EMP bomb and coalescence is going to be such a huge turnover for this next fight. You're going to have the Blossom after that, too.
Yeah, indeed. And I'm looking at that coalescence from Stoicism. Beautifully used after that EMP. However, rep goes down immediately after using it. Death Blossom doesn't get anything, and multiple players for the side of Hammerhead have already fallen. The Lucio duel has gone in the favor of Poseidon. McLovin trades it back, but I don't think that is going to be enough, and sadly it isn't. And Poseidon, even though it is overtime, I finally clicked it back, but they are one fight loss away from losing this point.
I don't think Rebmut had their translocator ready for that EMP. It was a great EMP that came out, only missing the DPS, but it was just a little bit too soon, and it didn't feel like there was enough follow-up from Hammerhead. Poseidon managed to avoid it really well, and coming into this next fight, it's Gliscor with the initiative ready to pop out the EMP.
Oh, okay, Killjoy uses this in a six-man EMP, but nothing comes from it. And the boops, these boops are incredible. The boop actually has been helped through the EMP, and the follow-ups did actually finally happen. But I am looking at this Lucio duel in a complete happiness. This is great.
Yeah, I mean, once that EMP came out from Gliscor, there was a really good coordinated boop as well, Intense Deep Derp. I believe she also got a boop off onto, it was McLovin, if I remember correctly. Great synergy between those two to EMP boop immediately. You're going to have a beat up very, very soon, but you have to be able to stop this Blossom and the Primal that comes after.
Yeah, that Primal is very close. It was only a couple away. McLovin using this Death Blossom and gets Rage. Intense Deep not fast enough with, Intense Dirt not fast enough with that sound barrier, but McLovin does trade it out in the end. Glizzcore goes off the map. There's too many environmentals right now. Yummy Mac with two. Incredible play by our Lucio player. And now, I'm looking at Hammerhead having 4 alts on line for what is a final fight territory. They have all 6 players on the point already, and I don't even think anyone can touch in time except for Intense Derp, who, I'm sorry, you cannot deal with an entire team. Sound barrier going to be used by Yummy Mac. Don't even think it is going to be needed. They are just finishing everyone onto point, everyone's trying to touch as fast as they can. Rage messes up the hook, but does finally get back onto point. But Fisher Floor goes down to the Primal Rage, and everyone is trying to touch as long as they can. But Ty, I think this is going to be truly over, and it almost, okay, it was not fast enough, but finally, it is going to be this first on the board for Hammerhead, and we are going to Control Center.
Really good re-engage there. You managed to get your Blossom into the backline, catch the D.Va off guard, unawares, not able to eat up the Death Blossom, catches Rage early on in that fight, forcing to switch over to the Wrecking Ball, giving up. I believe he was close to. Rage was close to that primal
Just
rage.
to Ty, just to mention, just really quick, if we could please turn the audio up before the match starts, that would be lovely. Just as everyone has been asking for it.
Yep, and
But, yeah.
just one more thing to bring up, by the way, I see a little bit of it happening in chat. Do remember that you can actually donate below the stream to Ukraine Relief. I don't remember the specific name of the donation, but make sure that if you do have the extra money to donate and want to, go ahead. There's a Cassidy versus a Junkrat.
Cassidy versus a Junkrat, and Project Hope has already raised $320. This is going to be great. And with Cassidy winning this, Cassidy taking out Rage, all of a sudden Immortality Field has to be used, but they don't have a shield anymore. But Blizzcore trades it back, takes out Yummy Mac, not the power, so they're going to have the shield still in time. But the shield goes down, takes out McLovin, and the point is going to be going the way of Poseidon and Ty. I think that has to be a mistake by Hammerhead.
You get to see the upsides of both the Cassidy and the Junkrat. I mean, first of all, the Junkrat already at 90% of their ultimate, even though the Cassidy is as well. A lot of that was on Rage earlier through that flashbang, but the sheer amount of damage and threat that the Junkrat Sim can pump out versus the Sim Cassidy, the Sim with the Cassidy has to play way more back, way more defensive. With a Junkrat, you can just run into them, deal as much damage as you want, and not have to worry about anything coming back at you because you have such a threat from the Junkrat.
Yeah, Gliscore's tire coming in. Is it going to be getting anything nice? A little bit of pause there. Oh, but beautiful play, taking it out super early. And the Immortality Field not even taken out in time. Sound Barrier and Photon Barrier trying to be used, trying to do as much as they can. They are investing a lot of ults to win this fight. They only have a Shatter now, and they're using it. It does get quite a few. It takes out the power as well. And so they are going to be winning this fight very well. And it worked out because they traded ults from the side of Hammerhead, who do have 2 ults coming into this next fight.
It's not just about the trading ults either. It's about, like I said earlier, the Junkrat versus the Cassidy. That's the main thing about this map, switching over to the Junkrat. I think that's the right move. You need to pump out more damage on this map where there's so few choke points where you can just shove millions of points of damage through and there's no contention for it. You can farm up a tire. Like, Gliscore already almost has a second tire.
Yeah, indeed. And this is going to be absolutely insane. Self-destruct used in trying to create as much space. Going to be followed up with this tire. Maybe this gets something, but the mines take out Marth, take out Rage, but the 3K! Oh, this is exactly what Poseidon need to try to win this map here and now. This may just be it. It is only 10 seconds left for Hammerhead to try to touch as fast as they possibly can. And I don't know who can touch at this point. It is all on the line. It is on the power. Power you have to touch. 2 points remaining, and okay, overtime has been triggered. Excuse me, I didn't see who was touching Stoicism's Immortality Field already down, and it is all on the line here. They can't miss a single beat. Okay, Sound Beat, gonna be invested, saving the team quite well in time. I can't really see the point for a second, but Rage, Gliscore, and a baited Giant gonna be doing massive work here, and I think it is going to be going the way of Poseidon, Ty, and what a cool, great way to start our first game.
Yeah, and I mean, personally, I think that, for me at the very least, just validates my opinion of what's wrong with Control, where it felt like Poseidon came out on the slightly more optimal composition with the Junkrat versus the Cassidy, and that just kind of lost Hammerhead the round. Having the Cassidy, sure, you can flashbang the Reinhardt, that did get the initial value, but in the end, the rip tires, the damage, the sheer threat's potential from Gliscore is really what won them that round. And it's what can carry on through the rest of this match and get Poseidon potentially their first win of the season.
100%. This would be a big deal for them. I'm going to be a bit curious to see how game number 2 goes. It's going to be, Ty, what map is it going to be? I didn't check the map pool yet. Maybe hybrid.
I checked my phone, but I'm pretty sure second map is 2CP. If I'm not,
There's 2CP. It is assault. Ooh, this you know,
yes.
especially if we favored Hammerhead going into this kind of might be the way where Poseidon suddenly takes us to match point even if they go up to 2-0. But I think maybe waiting for confirmation on when the next game is.
Just gonna take a little bit of a second. So,
What'd you think of that?
I mean, it felt like Hammerhead played really well on Night Market, but okay, it's Hanamura is our next map, by the way. Just want to let you guys know.
Oh, Hanamura, oh, we're already going in. Never mind.
Yeah, we're already going into Hanamura, our next map. Our last map was very close, very contentious, but this coming map, 2CP, when it comes to the 2CP maps, I think Hanamura is probably the community favorite and also potentially the best. Because it's got a lot of opportunities for different compositions to run. Second point is a little bit heavy on the just get the high ground forehead. But first point, it's very open, it's very intricate on what you can and should run. I personally, this is going to sound very sus, but I actually really like to run Roadhog main tank on first point, because it lets you get a lot of offensive off angles that if you just ran on a Risa, she would just get ran over and have no self-peel, compared to a Roadhog who has the one-shot threat potential, who has a lot of offensive value, where just holding him on an off angle compared to your Sigma, and then having a Pharmacy and a Tracer, you get a lot of off angles to where if the enemy team TPs to point, just kill them. You just kill them at that point.
What are you thinking of these comps so far?
Well, considering the fact that we see a cast Doomfist on defense, it's a little bit interesting. I mean, it's not the worst comp that they can be running, but you do lose a lot of value from a hero that might, like Afara, I think, as I already mentioned. Excuse me. You're losing out on something like a Mei, which is really important here. You lose out on a Tracer, I think is really good. Ashe. There's a lot of potentially better picks here, but it can still definitely work depending on what kind of things you're going for with your composition.
Yeah, indeed. McLovin going to be trying to TP somewhere. Let's see where they decide to TP. Okay, it's going to be just straight to the high ground. Going to be called out by Facial Floor in just a second, but they're still wait. Oh, they are trying to go for the entire upper ledge. But the power going in, the power, you're already so low. What are you doing? Immortality Field going to be forced out already. And I'm very confused at the moment. Maybe there's a miscommunication there, but all of a sudden the couple players have been going down. Utility has been going down, but Rage goes down first. I don't even know if Murph was able to even use that Immortality Field thrown, but goes down and instantly, and Hammerhead have already gotten the first point tie.
I mean, it's just a bait. It's just a bait. You know, you expect the TP to come through, so you play in a little bit of a different position, and then all of a sudden you have the rower running into your face, swinging their hammer in front of you, and you got no clue what to do. It's also a lot of value proven by your Baptiste. Stoicism already has the window. Yummy Mac, 49% to that beat. Other side, you don't even have a support up to 50% on the ults. Really just shows you how much offensive and defensive value you got for your supports as Hammerhead.
Yeah, no, agreed. Stoicism doing instant work. And okay, now a TP coming from the side of the drop, but Gliscor gets McLovin instantly. Window's going to be invested into this, trying to do as much as they can. Immortality Field as well, but Enrage does go down first for the side of Poseidon again. Is this going to work out very well? And it looks like it is. Oh my goodness. Repmut doing absolute work. A 4, a 5K, and sadly not the 6 as Killjoy finishes this out. And now it is all up to the rest of Poseidon to stall as long as they can. Gliscor, I'm watching you try to do as much as you can. And, oh, a beautiful jump, and McLovin Photon Barrier used as well. And Ty, this is looking incredible. They are just 5% away from getting this point, and is all on the line for these tanks to hold. And all up. I'm watching you, Rage. I have to believe in you. They're stalling out beautifully well, but Repmut just absolutely incredible. And 448 on the board for Hammerhead. Just absolute domination on this attack.
Yeah, it's just completely Hammerhead all over the place. Their first point attack was good. Their second point attack was good. The only hero you lost was Symmetra. That hero doesn't give you a lot of sustained health, so you can just rely on your Reaper, rely on your Reinhardt, and rely on your Baptiste to keep your team alive and keep the offensive pressure going. You don't necessarily need the Zarya, or not Zarya, but Symmetra to keep the offensive value rolling. You just need to have your whole team working together in unison, and that's what they did. They were perfectly synchronized, getting the value that they needed. And, you know, it didn't even feel like they lost a player through all of that. It just felt very, very sturdy. And now we're going to see a double shield defense, kind of similar to the Roadhog defense I was saying earlier, except, you know, you have to play it a little bit differently.
Yeah, no, indeed. And I'm okay. You know, Ty, I'm looking at this Pharah. Are they gonna stay on it?
So they're either going to commit onto the Symmetra or the Pharah. I think they're talking about it right now, like, hey, do we want to try and run this? We've been trying it in scrims. It's been going good or it's going bad. Okay, it looks like they're going to be committing onto it. I mean, I do think Pharah is a perfectly viable hero here. Not sure about the Cassidy on defense. I'd probably rather an Ashe, or as I said earlier, I think Tracer excels here. But Pharah on attack, really underrated, I think.
Yeah, okay, they are going to be staying on it. They are going to be switching the comp over entirely to this Ball Sigma with a baited giant on this legs composition. Rage does go down fairly low instantly, and ooh, this is interesting how this is going to be going. And okay, Tommy, okay, so Yummy Mac does go down instantly, and you know, Ty, this is a bit of a slower comp from the side of Poseidon, playing it out a bit differently. Does that boop get anything? No, it doesn't. Stoicism able to come back, but the power gets a baited giant. Immortality field going to be forced to be used. Bait giant does get rezzed in at the end there. And I'm a bit confused what's going on right now, Ty.
It's all about the poke game at the moment. You're playing two very slow compositions. I mean, a little bit of a pop-off from the DPS from Hammerhead, but it's very slow. You have to rely on whittling down the enemy teams. That's a great shot from your Cassidy, and it's just about slowly but surely working your way through, and it doesn't feel like Poseidon quite know how to play their comp into what Hammerhead are doing. What they were doing earlier would work beautifully into an enemy brawl, but they're playing against a double shield like the brawl. You need to play a lot slower, a lot more open opportunity kind of play style.
Yeah, no, indeed. And now we're going to be going into this next fight, and ooh, I'm looking at these ults for the side of Hammerhead. You know, Ty, 2:20 on the clock. Oh, okay, and I see Barrage coming in. Is it going to be going in? Nice pull. Gets Gliscor down to 53%, and the whip shot takes out Intense Derp. Ooh, no. Okay, so they're going to be investing this, but a beautiful peel by Killjoy. Going to be taking it out. Rage does trade it in the end. Sadly, goes down immediately afterwards. This is a chaotic fight, Ty.
It's 3v5 at this point. You should expect Poseidon to lose this one unless some masterpiece of play comes out, but it's the early game pull that separated Glycor and Intense Derp. Without her pocket, Intense Derp is just no threat at all. They managed to isolate her, pull her away, and kill her off without anybody to glide to. That's just what you have to do in that situation, and they execute it very, very well.
Yeah, no, indeed. And
oh, Murph.
Murph.
Goodbye, Murph.
Goodbye, Murph.
Bite, and don't let the bedbugs bite.
Yeah, indeed. That was sudden. And yeah, now we're gonna go into this Poseidon at 1:20 on the clock. A lot of ults on either side. Okay, so we have double tank ults and Stoicism.
It's just going to be a lot about the movement and positioning from Poseidon, as I said earlier. This Tac Visor might be able to get something, but into a double shield, it's not likely.
Yeah, no, indeed. And okay, Tac Visor not getting much there, but Gliscor does get Stoicism in the Gliscor. I've been told I've been saying it wrong now. A baited. Oh, is it really? How am I supposed to say it?
It's Gliscor. It's a Pokemon.
Gliscor. Oh, I don't play Pokemon. I don't know. Legitimately, I've never played Pokemon. I do apologize. It is Gliscor doing incredible work. And so they're going to cap now, but the time advantage for the side of Hammerhead going to be looking great. And they also have a lot of alts to work with.
Though I do feel like Hammerhead is putting a little bit too much respect onto Gliscor, switching over to the double hit scan. You already have a Baptiste and the Cassidy. I don't know how much the Soldier 76 is going to be necessary here.
Yeah, no, the Soldier 76 gonna be a lot. Okay, so going into this, okay,
it's good off angles here for Poseidon.
Yeah, no, good off angles. Gliscor, trying to get a good barrage, but maybe mistimes that a bit. Sadly, the rest of Hammerhead have already rotated. Gonna be the flank, and I don't think they're paying attention. Oh, gets Stoicism, gets McLovin. This is nice for them, but the Deadeye gets Rage, and a beautiful accretion. And gonna be also using this Prophetic Flex, trying to stall as long as they can. Does get Murph in at the end with the combination from Yummy Mac. And a beautiful play, 2:30 on the clock. Beta Giant clearing it out, but Ty, I think these teams have to step back.
Yeah, I think that at this point, Poseidon need to look into switching up their composition potentially onto their own double shield. They already have the Sigma at 50%. I think Rage is going to have a hard time finding much value on the ball into what's being played on the other side. You have the Flashbang, you have the big Break Bash, you have the Rock, a lot of CC to stuff up the ball, and a lot of damage to punish it as well with the Soldier 76, the Orisa, and the Baptiste. Going to be hard to find the value, but you can make it work if you manage to get the good positions first. You just need to be very, very patient.
Yeah, no, indeed. And McLovin, okay, McLovin gets Rage to start us out with, and this may already cause the reset unless Intense Derp can get the res. I don't even know where the body is for Rage, and actually doesn't. Yeah, somewhere in the corner, doesn't even get the res off. So, gonna be a little bit of a reset for the side of Poseidon. McLovin trying to do as much as they can, but gets down to 2 HP. Anything gonna be finished from that? No, not enough. Stoicism gonna be rezzing there, or excuse me, gonna be healing it up, not rezzing there. Gliscor in a great position, but stunned? I don't even know how that happened. Oh, using the ult and gets nothing for it, but a Beta Giant does trade it out there in the end and gets 2 for it. This is beautiful. This is exactly what they need. I think the player advantage is about equal at the moment, but remember the spawn advantage for Hammerhead gonna be even better and already going in that direction. I don't even think Rage can be rezzed again, and less than a minute left on the clock, and this is all on the line for Poseidon.
Gliscor finally switching off the Pharah as well as Rage onto the Reinhardt. These are the kind of switches that I was hoping to see earlier. Going onto a more offensive, speedy composition, hoping to see Murph and Intense Derp switch off as well. We do see the Lucio, no more Mercy. But it's just the really good defensive play from Hammerhead to not let Rage get much value. And Rower has had incredible pulls this whole time. It feels like the Orisa play has been sublime from that guy.
Yeah, no, great play right now. Official Floor gonna be the only ult on line for Poseidon. It's okay. Rally gonna be used by Yummy Mac. They have a lot of ults coming into this. It gets a Beta Giant instantly, and 11 seconds left. This is final fight territory. Oh, the Deadeye is massive. 3 have already gone down, is all on the line to Rage, Intense Derp, and Murph, and 1 has already gone down. Murph is all that is left. You have to hold on as long as you can, and can't do it. And sadly, Hammerhead going to be winning game number 2, taking us to equal. To
The equal maps, yeah. Equal scoreline, even maps. It's a lot of that was the play from specifically the Rower. She's been really good this whole series, and I think on Hanamura, she really, really stepped it up. Her play has been so good, especially on that Orisa. Pulls have been excellent, I said earlier, but really the whole team feels a lot more like a cohesive unit than it did on that first map, and sure, some of that's probably just because how are you not going to be grouping up on 2CP, but also they just feel like they're one and the same at the moment, which is really what you need on a map like Hanamura, especially where there's some, like the other 2CP maps, you can split up a little bit more, you can go for the more individual value, but Hanamura is the most tightly knit of the 2CP maps, so you need to have that like-mindedness that they're having right now.
Yeah, no, indeed. But game number 3 will be very soon. We do hope you're enjoying this Tranquility Gaming Discord tier game between Poseidon and Hammerhead. And we will be back after a quick few short minutes. Please make sure to donate to Project Hope as we're breaking. So we'll see you in a bit.
Half time. Are we off?
Yeah, yeah. I'm All right, everyone, welcome back to Tranquility Gaming. We're in the Discord tier right now, watching Poseidon versus Hammerhead. I almost forgot. I was gonna say halftime.
Poseidon
That halftime
versus-
break was very nice.
It's Poseidon versus Great White.
Great White. Okay, yeah. It's wait, what was it? It's Jupe. Wait, no, Neptune versus Great White. A little bit of fun names coming in there, but Ty, this is 1-1, kind of maybe a different score than what we expected, and we're going to be jumping into King's Row in just a second. So, do you think maybe we'll see a little bit of a closer game, especially since King's Row can be quite brawly?
Yeah, I mean, King's Row very much centered around the Reinhardt. We saw a lot of proficiency from Hammerhead on the brawl compositions in that last map. And on the first map, Poseidon was actually the ones who looked a little bit better on the Reinhardt composition. But for the first time in the series, it's extremely likely we're going to be seeing a Mei. Because Mei on Lijiang, you can make an excuse not to run it. Mei on 08 or on Hanamura, you can make excuses not to run it. King's Row, it gets really hard to make excuses not to play Mei. It's such an important hero on this map to where if you don't see it, there's probably something fishy going.
Yeah, no, definitely something fishy going on. All right, so yeah, we just need just a few short minutes as one of the teams are still getting ready. But do you think we might see something else? Do you think maybe we'll see a ball? Do you think maybe zombie comp? Maybe double shield?
It's King's Row. We're gonna see some Reinhardt almost for sure.
We're gonna see Reinhardt. I'm
Honored
excited. Please make sure to be donating to the Project Hope in below. It is actually there has been $9 donated. I'm trying to read as
Hey,
$9 since we started streaming. So thank you to whoever has donated. We do appreciate you quite a bit. But yeah, gonna be hopping in just a few short seconds. So, are we going in now? Are we gonna? No, we are not. We're not going in now. I just misread it. I'm sorry.
So I would like to mention though, when it comes to these players, even though I did just say we're gonna see Mei, like there's no way we're not gonna see Mei. It's King's Row, Mei. The map with the most walls in it has the most walls in it because of Mei. Blah blah blah. Mei. But these teams do really like their Doomfist. Both of these teams seem to be running a lot more Doomfist than you would expect to be standard between the teams at this level. And even above and below, you wouldn't see this much Doomfist generally, but these guys really like to run it, so that might be an alternative or an addition to the Mei even.
Yeah, no, indeed, and I'm gonna be curious to see what it is going to be. 10 seconds left. Let's make a prediction.
So Poseidon's going to be running Ryan, D.Va, Mei, Cassidy, Bap, Lucio. Hammerhead's going to be running Ryan, D.Va, Cassidy, Mei, Lucio, Bap.
Interesting. Yeah, we're gonna switch it all around.
Ready for battle.
Oh, there's the Mei.
Won by one hero.
And attack
sorry.
though.
I've ignored the Sigma. I'm so sorry. There's a Sigma and a Hanzo in addition to the Mei. So finally, they're running Mei, and honestly, I'm a huge fan of the different sort of composition that we're seeing from Hammerhead. Not a lot of the time do you see teams run Sigma Brawl. It's mostly the D.Va and the Cassidy, but Hanzo Sig, a lot of offensive pressure, a lot of off-angle potential, and Killjoy might have just baited me.
Killjoy might be baiting you, might be using that lockdown. Ooh, gonna be using that lockdown soon. Sorry, that was a Valorant joke. I had to do it. But okay, so basically mirror compositions except D.Va and Sigma. Okay, oh, beautiful wall! Takes out the rower instantly. I keep saying the power. I can't read the name right now. But okay, instantly, nice first fight win for Poseidon, who definitely want to take this back to match point for them. This is looking like a banger of a series. Stoicism already 52% to that window, amplification matrix.
An example of how good Mei was here.
Yeah, beautiful Maywell. Not that too this time. Oh, a trade this time. Rage goes down to 4 people involved in that kill, and a Beta Giant going down. No trades in return, and I think this has to be the first point for Hammerhead.
You know, if you're gonna get any pick, might as well be the Reinhardt, most important hero to kill in these mirror compositions. And I say mirror, there is a Sigma, but basically mirrored. But one small thing I want to mention real quick, turns out it was NPC's wife donating the $9, so NPC has to drink Pilk. If you don't know what Pilk is, don't learn it.
Well, thank you, NPC's wife. We do really appreciate it. 5 minutes on the clock for Hammerhead. Excuse me, yeah, for Hammerhead trying to do as much as they can. A beautiful shatter, however, by Rage. Getting 2, getting more, maybe. Come on. Not, okay, finishing there, but gonna be backing up. Allows for everyone in Poseidon to group at this corner. A beautiful place to hold, and honestly, maybe not a lot for, maybe not for a lot for Hammerhead to come in. Oh,
Great wall, barely stuffs out the Sigma. That's gonna get the kill too. That's exactly what you need right there.
yeah, this is beautiful. Massive self-destruct cake taking out McLovin, but Rage goes down, and so all of a sudden this Deadeye may be allowing the space that Hammerhead need to do it. May well use this time just to stop anything, and Gliscor takes out Stoicism, so suddenly they're not going to have their main healer anymore. So this could allow Poseidon maybe a little bit of a chance, but sadly they have decided to back up and tie. This Streets phase is crazy.
Yeah, it was the rower with the shatter to unclog that second point and bring them into this part of the map.
Yeah, indeed. And okay, going into this next fight, Graphic Flux gonna be invested immediately after they get it. Rage is solo, does go into the immortality field, gonna be living for a bit longer, maybe even long enough to do anything. Charging in though, and I don't think that is gonna be worth it. And this has to be the cap, and it's gonna be like what, 5 minutes? No?
Probably, but there is a recontest here. Potentially, if Poseidon want to. They can throw some bodies in the cart, stall for a little bit of time. Only problem there is that if you don't force out one of these critical ultimates, i.e. the Beat or the Blizzard, then you're running into a Sigma, feeding him more ult charge. Or you could just kill the enemy Reinhardt.
Yeah, you know, just oh, beautiful shatter, trying to get 2, but instantly stunned instantly into that Blizzard, and all the Hammerhead are just pushing ahead, winning every team fight in such convincing fashion. This has allowed, though, they're winning this so well that it allows Poseidon to keep taking fights.
Yeah, I mean, it's just pure unbridled power coming from Hammerhead. They've only used the Blizzard that last fight. 42% of this Flux, if it comes in before the end of the map, it's almost a guaranteed fight win, like that High Noon can potentially be.
Yeah, I need taking out a Beta Giant. That's going to be massive. Beta Giant was so close to that Blizzard. Intense Derp goes down as well. Killjoy, finally the first player from Hammerhead to go down in quite a while. It is all up to Gliscor. It is all up to Fishy. Not enough. A Beta Giant having to stall, just trying to do as much as they can. Intense Derp now trying to do as well, but beautiful shot taking them out, and sadly not enough. Just under 4 minutes for Hammerhead.
You want to know how many kills Poseidon got that round?
How many?
2. 2 kills Poseidon that entire round. I don't quite, oh sorry, 4 kills. I missed some, my bad, but there were 4 kills that happened from Poseidon. Hammerhead in complete control after losing one fight. 5 kills. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm looking back over the stream. It turns out I was wrong. I was so confident saying, oh, there were 2 kills, but there are 4 or 5 now. So there are 5 kills from Poseidon. Not as bad as it could have been, but Hammerhead just had a complete vice grip over that round. After losing one player at the start, they never let go over their control over the payload.
Yeah, no, indeed. And okay, gonna be the mirror this time, Ty.
Except for the Sigma. Keep forgetting about Sigma.
Ooh, what do you think of this Sigma, though? Do you think the Sigma helps on defense?
I've already mentioned how I feel about Sigma before. I do think that it's slightly better on attack, but it can definitely work almost just as well on defense, because you can use him in place of a Junkrat to help stuff up Hotel, keep that off angle in your team's control, and play sort of like a roamer. How that's a term that I've used a lot to describe heroes in Overwatch, where rather than actually flanking, they handle the flanks and make sure that your frontline heroes don't have to worry about them. That's what Sigma can really do for you here. Be a good roamer hero and prevent them from making any big value. But this Maywall is going to do the value.
Yeah, this Maywall is going to be doing the value as much as they can. Okay, so it's a quick aggression able for Poseidon to come in. The hotel is gonna be where I'm losing my train of thought right now. Hammerhead's gonna be holding at hotel, gonna be holding on to point. I don't like this positioning. Oh, and it works out. But immortality field gonna be traded, trying to save the team. And okay, it does work out in the end. Actually, the health advantage for Hammerhead working out beautifully in almost a rotate, but did get stunned there. This might just be a kill chamber, but Gliscor comes back, gets stunned instantly, goes low, but is able to save back to the team, but Doke goes down and Rage as well, and all of a sudden it is a cleanup.
You really don't want to fight in that room if you're Poseidon. Coming into that early, they end up doing some really good scouting. Like, that first fight was really high-level gameplay for both teams. Poseidon scouted that left, knew that there was going to be a Mei wall coming from there because they didn't see the enemy team, baited it out. It ended up being Hammerhead saving their amp for when they got their main tank walled, amped around the wall. The only problem there was when it... Okay, there's a problem as well.
Okay, well, yeah, you can't really lose your Mei. You're not gonna have a wall yourself. And already, I think this fight might be over. But okay, yeah, they're investing ults into this fight, trying to do as much as they can. They do get McLovin, but sadly, Gliscor goes down immediately afterwards, and gonna be the rotation back for them. But this may also be an immediate fight. They used Amp Matrix trying to do something, maybe trying to make space. They're going back in, maybe getting the shatter. Oh, beautiful block. Oh, the man walled it up. Oh,
Beta Giant lifts up the high noon, a very, very high noon, towards the sky, decides, you know what, we're not going through that anymore, switching over to the ball comp. I mean, after a play like that, you have to switch. You can't keep running into this with the brawl comp if you keep making little mistakes like staying in a hallway where you're going to get stuffed out and walling the enemy Cassidy up so he gets 3 with the high noon when he probably could have gotten 0.
I wish people could see our expressions right there. That was absolute insanity. They have switched over to quite a different composition that worked out decently well for them on Hanamura, but maybe not enough. Sound beat used by Yummy Mac. Oh, and the rower gets Smurf early. Beta Giant trades it out in turn. Minute 20 on the clock, and a Beta Giant is just on a tear on the legs, doing all that they can. Finally, Killjoy trying to put it in. Oh my goodness, and Gliscor as well, doing massive work at a Beta Giant with a 4K. He's gonna allow them to at least fight in the streets phase.
It's not just his hero who has legs, because a Beta Giant he does not skip leg day to carry this team sometimes. 4 kills for him that last fight. Beautiful, beautiful performance on the Soldier 76. And sure, you had a little bit of a problem, Murph going a little bit too deep on his own, but the rest of the play from a Beta Giant, especially in Gliscor as well, was very, very good. And again,
beautiful.
Sorry, Murph.
Okay, self-destruct going in, I believe, by Fischl Floor, not getting much, but Gliscor's barrage coming in, getting 1, but nothing too crazy. Does allow for a bit of a space, in this res, oh, is perfect onto Rage, because Hammerhead didn't really want to push out there. I think they just wanted to try to do as much, trying to heal everyone in turn. Amp Matrix going to be used maybe in a position where they could cut this Baptiste off, and oh, this is exactly what they're doing. Gliscor goes down, but all of a sudden Baptiste is alone. The rest of the team has to peel. Stoicism finally goes down, but this may have just worked in Hammerhead's favor. All of this shatter has been used. Oh, it is massive and a great play.
The only problem with holding here is it's going to be really difficult, considering the fact that the payload isn't under that arch that you're looking at right now. It's a really easy choke point to split off and hold right there, but without the payload there, it's going to be a little bit harder, and you don't get as many off angles with this comp right here as you do on first point. It's going to be really hard to get the offensive value out of the legs and Pharah and Zen.
Yeah, going to be doing a lot. Okay, nice Maywall from McLovin, trying to cut off Fischl Floor from the rest of their team. Not gonna be working in the end. Oh, a Beta Giant getting that, but it doesn't work. Oh, it didn't work at all. I didn't realize Killjoy was out of their mecha. It didn't matter. A Beta Giant was just gonna be taken out instantly. All up to Rage, but a beautiful Maywall cutting them off. Gonna be confirming the kill there in the end. And even the mech back. And wow, Hammerhead have to be at a great spot.
Even if you don't trust your brawl, there's still better options to switch to here. The ball doesn't have enough angles to come through in order to make this comp work as well on second. You're just running into a brawl comp in a very, very tight open space. or close space, I should say, where you've got a trance, you've got a barrage, but it's going to be hard to find the proper value with those into just a plain old Reinhardt.
And oh, this sneaky barrage gets McLovin. Oh, but a beautiful peel by Killjoy finishes it out. Self-destruct gets one in the end as well. So the player advantage going to be nice in the side of Hammerhead, especially as this Transcendence. Excuse me, I was going to say Tranquility, since hey, we're watching Tranquility Gaming today. But sadly, it does allow for a bit of a space, but oh, huge shatter and turn into Deadeye. Oh, getting everything that they need. 30 seconds left on the clock. Ty, can they do it?
With this stagger going from intense derp and the flash to shut down the Valkyrie. No! You could have just ran away, but you just sacrificed your Valkyrie. Sure, you're switching your comp, so it's not that big of a deal, but oh, that's just not amazing there. You could have probably gotten out and just switched regularly, I think, and into this amplification matrix, it's going to be really hard.
Yeah, this is all on the line for them. They did get the rower down very low. Immortality Field is going to be traded instantly. We're going to be in final fight territory. I don't even think it's going to matter. There's going to be a touch from Gliscor, but I don't think it matters in the end. Intense derp goes down, and Hammerhead will win game number 3 to take us to reversed match point as we enter our our escort map.
It's just so good from Hammerheads. The way they've been playing the Brawl this whole time, the rower has been a absolute massive presence. Her Reinhardt performance has been elite so far in this series. Map 1, sure, you could have said it wasn't perfect, but ever since map 1, every single time she started playing Reinhardt, it's felt game-changing for her. Such good performances from her. Compared to how we saw on that first map, it feels like Hammerhead have not let go of this series since Lijiang.
Yeah, no, and especially now going into escort. Surely this goes more in the favor of Hammerhead. They looked stronger on the escort phase of King's Row. They looked a bit weaker on the assault phases. They allowed Poseidon to win a team fight. They allowed the point there. And then they allowed the first point on King's Row. Surely this has to go in their favor, as I believe we're going to Havana.
Yeah, in theory, you could say, oh, it felt like Hammerhead did way better on the payload section of King's Row. But if we're moving over to Havana, which it looks like we are, as you said, that's a map that's so favored for the way Poseidon have been playing. They've really enjoyed playing a double shield comp. They've really enjoyed playing ball. Those two heroes are exceptional on that map. Sure, you can play the Reinhardt, but the Reinhardt can also easily be shut down by a pharmacy composition, by the ball composition, double shield. Whatever you really want to run that has a lot of damage to shut down a Brawl spawn camp or a Brawl coming out of the front gates, you can run it and get some very big damage if you're playing as Poseidon.
Yeah, no, indeed. And Havana potentially map point for Hammerhead versus Poseidon. We do hope you're enjoying this. Please make sure to follow Tranquility Gaming at here at Overwatch, twitch.tv/Overwatch OW Tranquility, as well as twitter.com/OW Tranquility. Enjoy the Discord. I mean, Ty, there's a lot going on in the Discord.
There's quite a bit of stuff and things going on in the Discord, and I am a very big fan of what's going on here. Hammerhead with the counter read onto the read of Poseidon's like, all right, they're going to just run the Brawl. We're going to run the double shield that's going to just blow them up, double sniper. We get the pickoffs, Mercy for the res if something goes wrong. And it's the counter read over from Hammerhead, potentially going on to the Reinhardt and Orisa, which would be interesting, but more likely I think that we're going to see Killjoy eventually switch over to a Sigma, or the rower play the Sigma. Yeah, there we go. I think that the Zenyatta isn't quite as good as the Mercy, but I also think that the Baptiste is worse than both. So Mercy Zen potentially optimal, and also just spawn camping the Zenyatta immediately is pretty optimal too.
Yeah, beautiful play. But trades it out and turn instantly. McLovin getting the headshot. Okay, this is gonna be very fun. Gliscor. Oh, he gets them again. Oh, McLovin, you are living up to your name. This is beautiful play. Oh, McLovin just on an absolute tear. Wants to go home. Wants to just finish it out. And this might be the first point at this point. They could touch maybe, but Maybe
pick from
maybe a
Gliscor.
chance.
It is a good pick from Gliscor, but with the positions that they're holding and everything else that's going on, it doesn't look likely that Poseidon can come back into this. If they do, it's a big misplay for Hammerhead.
Yeah, it has to be a touch, and no one's touch. It is okay. Finally, a bit of a touch. I think Gliscor had to jump in there, and Gliscor jumps in, gets Yummy Mac. But all of a sudden, oh, this is beautiful. Their teams are dominating. Intense Derp able to get the res off. No one, I think, was trying to contest that. No one was watching for it. Graphitic Flux online. I don't even think it is needed anymore. All up to the supports to try to stall it here, but it is working out very well. Not going to be enough. 5 minutes on the clock as we enter Brewery.
It feels like Hammerhead's just flexing their mechanical muscles right now. There's a Resurrect on the other side, and they're still winning these fights with basically just with ease. We saw a Beta Giant basically get two picks throughout this whole map, and outside of that, McLovin, I'm pretty sure he's sitting comfortably at 6 or 7 kills.
Yeah, the great play right now. Killjoy going to be using this Graphitic Flux immediately. Actually does a lot of work, especially as that Immortality Field goes down. There's not going to be anything left for the rest of this team. A beautiful body shot. Wow, that was actually a beautiful body shot onto Gliscor. Almost gets the headshot as well. Beautiful play there. And already second point halfway done, and only one person is pushing this cart.
Gliscor switching over to the Tracer, not willing to take the Hanzo duels. It feels like Gliscor was getting the value earlier, just a little bit, but potentially thinks that the Tracer's a better pick, and a Beta Giant finally gets the revenge onto the enemy Widowmaker.
Finally gets some callback to the beginning of this game. Does use that infrared sights as well, trying to do it as much. Coming in, Fish to Floor, going to be getting everyone with this Graphitic Flux, and a beautiful way to finish it up. Everyone involved in these kills, and finally a bit of life for the side of Poseidon.
You do use a lot of resources though, but you can take a little bit of solace knowing that the other side uses a lot of ults as well. You're not going to have to deal with an Infrasight, which is, in my opinion, probably top 3 ultimate in the entire game at times if you're playing in a coordinated environment. A Beta Giant gets another kill. McLovin's out of the fight. Don't need to worry about that for a little bit.
Yeah, no, honestly, I don't even know what to talk about at the moment. That was just such an immediate reset that I was just like, hey, yeah, now the teams are backing up. But okay, now I'm gonna be pushing back as McLovin comes back. McLovin goes get down very low, but gets Gliscor. Oh, I think Gliscor was spawn camping. Wasn't able to finish this.
Camping a Tracer? That's Hanzo! Oh. Are you kidding me?
No, Gliscor was spawn camping.
Oh, my bad. I was about to freak out. Oh my god.
No, Gliscor was spawn camping.
Sorry, I freaked out a little bit excessively.
McLovin using this Dragon Strike to hold on to point it. It is going to be a cap for them.
Move on. Third point. Almost 4 minutes on the time bank for Hammerhead. You have the Transcendence. Gliscor switches back over the Hanzo, done with the Tracer. Decides to get that long range pressure that you're seeing McLovin get.
I had to mute myself. I'm still laughing. All right, well, coming into this next fight, Smurf gonna have that amp matrix. It does live, but it used the immortality field. I think due to the fact that McLovin just raining terror. I'm still out of breath. Raining terror from those arrows. They're now able to be in a position. He does use that amp matrix, but immediately 2 go down. A beautiful play there, and I think it was Gliscor trying to duel Retmut. Doesn't get anything. Transcendence going to be forced to use as this Graphitic Flux, and I don't think that's a bad trade for Hammerhead. They are already pushing so far deep. A Beta Giant's trying to use this. Doesn't get the first beautiful shot onto McLovin. Excuse me, but a beautiful shot in turn, and all of a sudden this might be the last fight for them. It's all on the line for Poseidon. They want to try to stop this. They don't want to give them more than 2 minutes, and I don't think anyone can touch it. 2.5 minutes for Hammerhead as Gliscor tries to spawn camp.
I mean, Murph dropped the amplification matrix early on in that fight. Stop laughing. And her team is the people who feel like they're taking double damage. As 2 players died immediately when it was put down, you lost your main tank, and I believe you lost your Hanzo as well. Start off that fight after using the amplification matrix. That's not what you want to see at all. You need that amplification matrix to get you into the fight. And after losing 2, you still have the enemy amplification matrix to deal with as well.
Yeah, no, indeed. And I'm sorry, I was about to tease you again, but I am not going to. No, okay, no tracer for now. I liked that tracer. I actually liked Gliscor on that tracer, so I'm actually a bit sad, especially the fact that they're running this double shield comp. Oh no, they're switching. Ooh, okay.
So this I'm going to guess this is a bait, because otherwise it's a little bit. I'm not going to use any words for this. I'm just going to talk about Hammerhead's comp. It's kind of an expected spawn camp composition. Okay, no. All right, Poseidon's committing onto the Genji Tracer Brig Zen Ball Sigma. That is interesting. You don't see... Normally, you'd expect to see an Ana with the Genji to get Nano Blades, but the Genji can get a lot of value here.
Yeah, Genji can. Okay, so switch is over. I think this is a call. I think they saw the spot. They saw what was going to be the spawn camp, and wanted to try to do something. And Gliscor on this fair doing so much, not going to be working out right now, and actually not even hitting shots at the moment. But okay, switching over to D.Va as well, which I like the D.Va. I think the D.Va gives a little more utility.
Yeah, and fun fact, if I remember correctly, D.Va can actually almost permanently shut down a Sigma for like 5 or 6 seconds, because the recovery time for Sigma's primary fire is a second, D.Va's right-click recovery time is a second.
Yeah, no, that is very true. Oh, Gliscor gets 2. That is exactly what they need coming into this. Remember, though, their spawn camp, the way that Hammerhead's composition works, they want to try to hold as long as they can here, but then come back, get a second fight. Most of the time, if you try to hold at this next corner, you maybe get 1, you maybe get 2 fights. This allows for almost 2 fights to happen. But excuse me, this may only be 1, since we have a compositional switch.
Yeah, it was actually a Beta Giant who got the first pick last fight. I believe it was onto either McLovin or one of the tanks. I'm not 100% sure. But a good switch over to the double shield. Staying on the Zenyatta, however, I definitely think you should go onto the Brig. But that's just a personal thing. This composition can definitely be a good counter comp into what's going on the attack. And already we see some value.
Yeah, indeed. And ooh, a beautiful... Taking out both members of the Far Mercy instantly. Beta Giant, remember, on this Genji, not going to be able to pass to try to get picks early. The blade is not going to be the best in the world. Nice little dash kill, however, is a bit of value there. Deadeye going to be up. Is it going to be used? No. I think with 2 minutes left, Hammerhead in a great position.
Yeah,
Hammerhead, nice position.
The Hammerhead in a good position. I was about to say something on that, but they do have the flux, but once that's gone, you're probably gonna have the Bob up by then, maybe a Bongo, compared to the other side, where once you have almost the golden rogue right now with 6 ults. Gliscor switches off the Pharah. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that, although you basically are running into the perfect anti-Pharah comp, so it does make some sense. Tracer can feast.
Yeah, okay, mine's gonna be used immediately, making everyone back up. Immortality field. Okay, let's see how this blade goes down. This might actually be what they needed. Oh, and 2! And I think getting damage boosts as well. Okay, they don't need an Ana. They can just have a damage boost. But Tranquility used, maybe a key ult that they'll regret not having later.
Myrrh with a Transcendence when the entire enemy team is dead? That's a little bit confusing, but I think McLovin had a reaction to that with the Sombra switch, where you're going to be able to sync your ults with the Zenyatta ults and just try me.
Okay, well, the rower with the damage boost going to be getting them early, and Ty, have it back. How do they win this from here? Where I think the composition for Hammerhead, honestly, maybe besides McLovin, is a very good, especially for this phase.
I love seeing McLovin switch over to the Sombra. It helps feast on the Zen, you can feast on this ball like you did earlier, and if Genji wants to try and do some dash shenanigans, you don't let him.
Oh, but this graphitic flux getting so many. Oh my god. Killjoy just hitting just so many shots. Like, I'm actually insanely impressed by their Sigma gameplay.
Yeah, and Yummy Mac killed 3 that fight. I do want to mention just real quick, but one thing I said earlier, if McLovin switched the Sombra when they did, or not if, but when they switched over to the Sombra, you synced up the enemy trance with your EMP. First off, Murph doesn't even want to use the trance, just switch over to the Baptiste. Oh, Gliscor caught off alone by McLovin, might end up dying without the recall.
Okay, so Fisher Floor running back. This is chaotic. Like at this point, Ty, it just seems to me that like, okay, so switches over to the Sigma. I like that. They have to, you know, when it's Orisa Sigma versus Orisa Diva, Orisa Sigma kind of usually is better because the damage output from Sigma just does so much going into this. Okay, Deadeye gonna be starting us off with an kills Raging. Hi, this is like, I felt this fight had been going on for like a minute. Oh, it's still going on, honest. What? It's still going on. They back up, but
it's at the reset phase at this point. Just hoping you can get some of your players for Poseidon out, but it's kind of just on Poseidon to make the proper switches. Intense Derp needs to get off of the Mercy. She needs to be on the Zenyatta, and another suspicious usage of the Transcendence where you absolutely don't need to be popping it.
yeah, just interesting Transcendence. Oh, McLovin scouting out where the composition is and maybe gonna get the MP. Oh, and does just pop off the MP and fish a floor. No way you're gonna be living there as 6 players. You don't see 6 every. I don't think you see 6 like every 100 games for a kill feed. I very rarely see 6.
It's pretty rare, but I would like to say you probably didn't need to invest the EMP there if you're McLovin. I guess just wanted to switch over to the Hanzo, get some offensive value, and I love the position that the rower's in. It feels like she's always in command here, and they're in such a good offensive off angle. But Yummy Mac, they get the call out. They catch the Zenyatta off guard.
What? Yummy Mac, you can't go down there. You're in the last fight. You have to live. You can't die. And okay, I think Hammerhead may be trying to hold in a different position, but remember, the cart is like, you know, I just realized the cart is literally like at this. They could just lose this fight and it doesn't matter because we're gonna be in overtime. Like yeah, Hammerhead can lose this fight and come back.
It's a big desync in the what both teams are doing as well. Mostly Poseidon feels like they're all shooting at different players, and it's coming back to bite them. The flux.
Oh, the graphic flux. This is massive. But oh, they're winning this fight, I think. But the rower gets a beta giant, and Killjoy just living forever, not going down, only taking so much damage, and great healing by Stoicism. Yummy Max switches trying to get everyone back, but I think they may be able to push this, and they are a tie. Okay, do they hold it here?
It's always possible, but at this point with the rower and Yummy Mac being where they are, they should 100% be going down here. They should not be allowed to live, but they're living and they're getting kills. Stoicism and McLovin, they've gotten 1 each.
And then I think we have a player who was just waiting for the reset, but this fight just keeps going. Okay, Killjoy gonna be coming back, trying to do as much as they can. Rage gets 2, but uses the bongo. Graphitic Flux also used.
This is a fight win. It has to be for Poseidon.
This has to win. This has to win. Wait, Fisher Floor's all that's left. They have to win this. Hammerhead.
Victory.
What?
I cannot believe what I've just witnessed. It was the Soldier 76 on the re-engage, gets 3 eliminations, takes them down, brings them to their knees, and Poseidon, they fell to Hammerhead 3-1 in such an anticlimactic yet simultaneously climactic ending.
What? I'm still in disbelief, Ty. I might have to watch that VOD later. I'm confused. So I have to break that down.
What really happens is it's Repmut coming back on the legs, got 3 kills. Nobody from Poseidon was left to touch. It was desynced. That's the word I can use to describe that the most. Poseidon were desynced. They noticed that Hammerhead were in completely different positions, super split off. They got the first one onto the Zenyatta, but then they had conflicting issues on where they wanted to focus on next. They lost one player, rezzed it. They kept going in different locations after that, getting picked off one after the other. Never had a full 6 available on cart after that moment, meaning that they just started to crumble. You don't have the focus fire because you only have 5 players at a time because you're losing duels out in the middle of nowhere, and Hammerhead just slowly claws their way back into that second point and stamps their foot on the throat of Poseidon with that final 76 play.
Yeah, that absolutely incredible. Like nothing went the way I expected to when it hit overtime. I didn't expect them to get it that far. And then at the end, I didn't expect Hammerhead to come back and take it. I thought it was a one fight for sure. I thought it was over. And then all of a sudden they were able to take it back, and this puts them to 2-3. Sadly drops Poseidon still winless in our stage. Actually, the end of stage 1, they are sadly confirmed to be winless now. But yeah, Hammerhead looking better. Hammerhead actually looked quite good, especially towards the end. Just got better and better throughout the series.
Yeah, and as it turns out, I was mistaken at the start of this when I said, oh, there's going to be a play-in to see if they get to keep their heads afloat. But what actually happens is the teams who do the best in each division go into another division in stage 2, and the teams at the bottom end up going into an elimination group where they have to try their very hardest to stay alive. They get default put into the lower bracket once the knockout stages begin for the playoffs. And after that, it's just whatever happens. So it's up to Poseidon now, probably going into that elimination group to keep their heads afloat and stay alive by whatever means necessary. And Hammerhead might be able to just barely dodge that.
Yeah, no, indeed. And any final thoughts, Ty?
Hammerhead looked very good, and Poseidon, I think I'm going to give you guys some free coaching, Poseidon. You need to work on your synergies. You need to set one person who you need to be listening to, and whenever that person makes a call, just stop counter-calling it. Once they say what's happening, that's what you need to be doing. Even if it's stupid, 6 people doing a stupid thing is better than 6 different people doing smart things.
Yeah, indeed. All right, everyone. Well, that is it for our broadcast tonight. This has been a great game. This has been a great series. I'm really excited to cast it. Ty, always a pleasure.
We forgot about one thing actually, Zohan, and that is a couple things are going to be happening later on.
Monday, you're right. I forgot.
As always, the Iris podcast, 9 p.m. EST. Yes. After that, they will be predicting Tranquility for the following weeks. And if I'm not mistaken, today or tomorrow, no, it is today, right? Yeah, today, after this match, we're going to be having the beat drop. So make sure you guys stay tuned and get ready for that.
And also, actually, next week is our event week, isn't it?
It absolutely is. I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we have our event week trying to raise that $5,000 where people have already generously given us 329 so far, and I believe in us to take it from there. But if I'm not mistaken, I think that's everything now. Okay, that is everything. So that has been it for us. This has been the Tranquility Gaming Discord tier, Poseidon versus Hammerhead. Zoan, Ty, and Alianos signing off.